Welcome back, fake genetic freaks. We got another video, pretty much just lifting, but I sprinkled in some jumps because I missed the jump day. But no sprints, and let me tell you why. The training was going super great, and then I think I got a little bit too excited about it, and so I did some not so smart things with my training. But overall, I think it was just kind of one of those hiccups where things just didn't work out very well. So as you know, I've been trying to increase the workload that I've been doing so that I'm building up for this elastic cycle so I can get in way more jumps each week. So I've been doing jump squats and whatnot. So my load has been going up, and then I was feeling super great on one of the days. So I really wanted to go for a front squat PR. I attempted 300, like a deep, like full front squat. Did not get it. I hit 285 and it went up pretty well. So I legitimately think that my max is probably 295. But not anymore because I'm low-key cooked. So what happened, I do my lower body lift on Tuesday, right? And then I go into Wednesday, I'm feeling great. Wednesday night, stuff starts to feel a little crazy. Basically get some like food poisoning symptoms. Like I throw up, I'm feeling nauseous, or not nauseous, just like upset stomach, feeling exhausted, and I sleep for 12 hours or like over 12 hours. That's not something usually that I do. So it was kind of like, oh, like I'm actually kind of messed up right now. Usually sometimes I'll just randomly throw up, and it'll be like a 45-minute sickness. Like I'll be feeling bad, and then I'll throw up, and I'm feeling perfectly fine again. But I just have to be careful because it ends up being a 12-hour sleep, headaches, whatever, all this stuff. And then the next day, I'm just kind of chilling at home because I'm sicker than sick. And then my hip starts hurting, and I'm like, oh, what's this new pain? I go to bed, and this thing, like, just fire. It just feels like fire. Next few days, it starts to get a little bit better. And I decide, since my rule is, like, you just stop doing activities that make you limp, and obviously I was limping, so I stopped doing any exercise. And then the third day, on this workout day, I'm feeling pretty good. I think there might have been a little bit of a limp, but I decided to train as hard as I could, just go straight back into it, and I was feeling actually really great. Like right now, I'm feeling good. Throughout the workout, I'm feeling pretty good until I get post-strength sets for squats. I go down for one squat rep of 185, and I'm like, nope, not happening. So I move into wall sits. I'm just like, okay, maybe this will change it up. And then I finish out the rest of the workout because it's like, hamstrings and calves. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. But that was not a good decision. It was just not a good decision to work out, because I was still dealing with quite a bit of pain. I should have at least regressed it a lot. And this is an example of me just not like following my own rules. And it seemed really small, and I still think there is a chance that like it could have worked out fine, and it was just one of those things. But I was also coming off of sickness, so it was probably just not a wise decision in general. Also, I was trying to hit a double, single, but it is really, I don't know, you just have to slow the rope down. So I think it's just better to just do doubles or just do singles. And then, yeah, doing pogos. I actually had so much fun with the pogos. Those were supposed to, like, get my sprinting, like, the same volume and intensity on my sprints for my ankles. I wanted to still get that even though my hips weren't able to take it. So I did these pogos, and I think it was actually a really good decision. But yeah, looks like I have no bounce low-key. I think it'll be better if I was just in barefoot because there's just the heel on the running shoes. But yeah, anyway, going back to the hip issue. So I went into the doctor today, basically like, yeah, you probably just overtrained. It wasn't anything to do with your sickness, probably, unless I was, if I had some kind of disease, which I don't. And so, yeah, I basically went into the doctor and they were like, yeah, so it was a little bit delayed, but you are probably experiencing stuff from the Tuesday of last week. So that Tuesday was that day that I went super heavy on front squats, and I was doing all 4 sets of jump squats. So intensity and volume are as high as can be right now. And I was hoping I could maintain it for just another week and then kind of load off of it. But that was just not the case, and so I got injured. But the hip is feeling better each day. I have stopped limping. Oh, also I hit the light right there, trying to do the 360. So that's kind of embarrassing, but it's whatever. It doesn't even matter. Nothing broke or anything, but it wasn't a somewhat public gym, so I was a little bit worried. But yeah, going back to the hip, it should be doing okay soon. I will definitely regress and do some slow strength, especially on the deep squats, which means I'm going to have to build up into everything again, which is kind of sad. But other than that, like, I was feeling really, really great. I think I wouldn't have had this problem if I didn't do 2 extra strength sets, basically, because I went for 285, which is like probably the same stimulus as like a regular strength set of front squats. And then I went for the 300, which was also probably more intense than that. So yeah, I think if I wouldn't have gone for those 2 things, the hip probably wouldn't have happened. But I think it's more of a combination of the increased workload, plus some other things that I was doing at the beginning of the week. But I was feeling super good, which tells me that I will be okay in the future to rerun this cycle. Not this cycle, but after I start feeling better, start trying to get back up to the same level of work that I was doing. So hopefully that I can do this elastic cycle, which would be awesome. I feel like it would have a lot of benefits to my training as a whole, and specifically jump technique. But yeah, I think once I get into that, I'll start low rimming quite a bit, just going for new dunks on 8 foot or like 8.6 or 9 feet or whatever. And I feel like it'll help me a lot with my technique. And then also right here, once I can build up my endurance a little, or my volume again, I want to start doing more cleaning, more Olympic lifting. And specifically, like, once I get the equipment in the fall to do stuff, I would love to do more jerks. I think that would be awesome, because right now, if I do jerks, I either have to catch it on my shoulders, which is not the play, or I have to do, I just have to fully drop it and clean it every single time, as opposed to having like a rack or boxes that I could use. But I feel like those are like, that's the Olympic movement that is the closest to an actual jump. And so I would love to do that. Also, I'm like, even though my hip's hurting, I'm jumping very high right now. I'm hitting the band pretty easily, pretty consistently. I hit my, like, the middle of my forehead on it, one of the jumps, which is like so much higher than what I was doing at the beginning of this cycle. So feeling really good about that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for what I was doing. on the hip subject again, I got what is called bursitis, which is just like there's like little gel pockets around your joints so that there's less friction, and that it just like lubricates the joint or whatever a limb is touching, or not a limb, a bone is touching. And so that's itis, just means inflammation. So that pocket is inflamed right now, which causes a lot of pain for me. But it's been going down throughout the days. And so I think tomorrow is my scheduled lower body day, in which I will do probably like 30% of the volume, 30% intensity. I'll probably just go in, do some wall sits, slow squats with, maybe like 90, like this weight right here, 95 pounds or whatever. Yeah. And then the lady told me I need to stretch. Don't really know how I feel about that. But I'm definitely tight right now. So I probably just will stretch in general. Usually I only stretch when I'm tight. But I am tight right now, so I will stretch probably much more after the workout than during, before. But yeah, we will see how this progresses. I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, like the shins, like that I think that was the thing I was most worried about when I was coming into this cycle. I'm totally fine. Like the shins are chilling, but I also haven't done any activity in the last 4 days. But even after this workout and the Tuesday workout from last week, I was doing absolutely wonderful. And so, yeah, the hip needs to get better. The knees are chilling. And also, I know I got sick, and I know that would be a great excuse to kind of ease off the cut, but I just try to maintain, because I don't want to be just losing weight while I'm not training, because then that's like the ability. You're so much more likely to lose the muscle, just because you're not like stimulating it anymore. So I maintained for a few days, and now since I've been training again, and like building back into it, I'm continuing the cut, so it's not like I just let loose totally. I may have had a few bowls of Captain Crunch, but I'm still locked. I'm still dialed. Just like 1 pound per week for the summer, and just kind of see where it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. I think I was just checking where the squat height was. Oh yeah, but also the weakness. I was definitely weaker today. Last week I did 295 for 3. This week I did 275. I think I could have squeezed out 295, but there was the limiting factor of the hip, which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of advice besides, like, I was kind of playing around with the jerks and putting out that front leg, catching it in the split squat. Super helpful, super beneficial, definitely for me. And I think if I were to Olympic lift, I would definitely go into the split, just because it's a lot easier than catching it in the squat. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the video. I'll keep you posted on the injury, and also the cut, and then also just how the training's going. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of the video.